Hello everyone, welcome to 1000 Med 7. This is the first video of the lecture series for class 11, and today we will learn the first chapter of class 11, and the name of the chapter is sets. But before you start watching this video, please make sure to watch the introductory video of this channel to know how I have planned to upload videos and also the video sequence and something about me. So please do watch it, and if you are new to this channel, you must make sure to watch the first video. Okay, thank you. Alright, let's talk about the first chapter today, and the name of the chapter is sets. So first of all, what is the meaning of this word set? What is the meaning of this word? To understand this word set, let's consider a few lines that we have heard of, or some words that is commonly used. Okay, all of you must have heard about some lines such as set of books or set of clothes or set of people, right? Now a set of books means a collection of books, right? Like if there are 2 books or 3 books or even more, then we will call them together as a collection of books. So what is the meaning of this? This means it is a collection of what? Books. Now a set of clothes means a collection of clothes, like a pant, a shirt together is a collection of clothes, right? So this means a collection of clothes. Okay, and set of people means a collection of people, like if there are 2 people or 3 people or 4 or even more, if we consider them to be together, then we will say it as what? A set of people, right? So this means this is a collection of people. So from these 3 lines, okay, so from these 3 lines, that is a set of books, a set of clothes, and a set of people, you got to know that set means, okay, set means, or it is a word that means collection, okay, collection, or you can say collection of some objects or some things. Now here in this case the object was what? Book. Here the object was a cloth, and here the object was people. So set means what? Set means a collection of some objects or elements or things, you can say. But the problem is that not every collection, okay, not every collection or of things or objects is a set, or you can say that not every collection qualifies to become a set. Okay, like we may have a collection, but this collection may not be a set, this collection may be a set. So first of all, set means to be a collection of some objects, and then there is a condition. Okay, so in fact, as I just told you now, that there is a condition, and the condition is that the collection of objects or the collection of things should be well defined. Okay, so a collection will become a set only when this condition is fulfilled. So the condition is the collection of objects should be well defined, should be well defined. This word is important. Okay, well defined. All right, now what does this word mean, well defined? Or you may be confused, like what is well defined? Okay, so let's try to understand this with the help of some examples. Okay, let's take the example number 1. Let me ask you a question. Okay, tell me how many members are there in your family. Try to pause the video and think about it. Alright, so your answer will be like, I have my dad, I have my mom, I have a brother or a sister, let's say, let's assume it to be brother for some time, and you yourself. Okay, so let's assume that you have these 4 members in your family. So if you see these 4 members or these 4 objects, you can say, that is your dad, your mom, your brother, and you together. Okay, together this is what? A collection, right? Together this is a collection of 4 people. And if you notice carefully, each of these members, okay, each of these members has a common nature. Like if you talk about your dad, there is a member in your family. Your mom, she is a member in your family. Your brother, he is a member in your family. And you are a part of your family, or you are also a member of your family. Also, there is only these 4 members together that forms your family, and there is no other member. Okay, so this is why this collection of 4 people, that is your dad, your mom, your brother and you, it becomes a set. So this collection becomes a set, and we can define the set as what? A set of, or the set of, okay, the set of the members in your family. So this will be the definition of this set. Okay, the set of the members in your family. Okay, always keep this in mind, that whenever you have a collection of some things or some objects or some elements, then that collection will be a set if it is well defined. That is, each element should have a common nature. Like in this example, each element of the collection has a common nature. Like the first element, that is your dad, that is a member of your family. Your mom, she is a member of your family. Your brother, he is also a member of your family. And you are a member of your family. So each element has a common nature. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and see another example and decide if that collection is a set or not. Okay, so let me take example number 2 and ask you all a question here. Tell me the names of 5 best places to travel in India. Okay, 5 best places to travel in India. Try to pause the video and write down the 5 names of your choice. Okay, alright, your answer to 5 best places to travel in India can be what? You may say Delhi, Mumbai, okay, and then you may say Chennai, then you may say Kolkata, okay, and then let's say Bangalore. Okay, so these 5 names, okay, these 5 names that I have just written now of places together, okay, this together, it becomes a what? Collection, right? I mean, this is a collection of the names of 5 places, and according to you, this is the 5 best places that can be named that we can travel in India. But if you observe carefully, okay, if you think carefully, these 5 places that you said just now, that is Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata and Bangalore, these are the 5 best places according to you. But according to me, it may be different, right? Like I may say the 5 best places to travel in India is, let's say, Kerala, Kochi, or let's say Jaipur, okay, or let's say Kashmir, and let's say Pune. Okay, so according to me, this can be the answer, right? And if you ask the same question to your friend, like he or she may come up with 5 different names of places again. So if you see here, the answer to this question, 5 best places to travel in India, may vary from person to person. Okay, so this is the reason why, although this is a collection, okay, this is a collection of 5 places, this is a collection of 5 places, but neither of them is a set. Why? Because each of the element is not well defined. If you say Kerala may be the best, one of the best among the 5 places to travel in India, but this is according to me. But according to you, your list does not have Kerala. So each of the element is not well defined, whereas in this case, each of the element was well defined to be the member in your family. Okay, so this statement is not well defined. That is why this collection is not a set, or this collection is not a set. Because if you see 5 best places to travel in India, this word best, okay, best is not properly defined. If you see, best can be something for you, and best can be something for me, and best can be something else for someone, right? So this is not a set. Alright, I hope that all of you got to know what is a set, or the basic understanding, okay, of a set. So what is a set? What is the definition of a set? The proper definition of a set? It is, set is a collection. Okay, remember this thing, it should be a collection of what? Objects or elements, okay, that is well defined. This is important. That should be, each of the element or each of the object should have a common nature. See here, all of them had a common nature, and it was well defined to be the members in your family. Okay, now I think okay, now since you know what is a set, Okay, since you know what is a set, let us go ahead and learn how to represent a set, or how exactly we write a collection of objects that is a set in our copy. Okay, the next topic is representation of sets. So let me tell you that there are two ways to represent a set. Okay, there are two ways. The first way of representing set is known as the roster form, and this is also known as the tabular form. Okay, and the second form of representing set is known as the set builder form. Set builder form. So these are the two ways that you can represent a set. Alright, so let's take two examples of sets and learn this concept of representing a set with the help of those two examples. So let's say example number 1. Okay, all of you know the English alphabets, right? Like there are 26 letters in English alphabet, and it can be divided into two parts. 21 are called as consonants, right? And 5 of them are vowels. So let's talk about the vowels here. The vowels are what? Vowels are A, E, I, O and U, right? So if you see the vowels, these are 5 what? Objects, or 5 letters, or 5 elements, we can say, right? And this collection of 5 elements together, it forms what? It forms the vowels in English alphabet, right? Together these are the vowels in English alphabet. That is, each of the element, be it A or E or I or O or U, each of them is a vowel in the English alphabet, and this can be said to be a common nature. Like you had here, each of them was a member of a family. So here each of them is a vowel in the English alphabet. Okay, so this collection of 5 letters or 5 objects, it becomes a set. Okay, so we can write the statement as what? Set of the vowels. Okay, set of the vowels in English alphabet. Okay, so this is how we write the set of this collection, or this is just an example. We will see how exactly to write the set. So just keep this in mind. The set of vowels is what? A, E, I, O and U, the elements of this set vowel. Okay, now let's take example number 2. Tell me the names of subjects you have in class 11. So if I consider that all of you watching this video now is a student of class 11 science, then your subjects are what? Then your subjects are? Tell me. Try to think about it. Okay, the subjects are what? English. All of you have English. Then you have maths. Then you have physics. Then you have what? Chemistry. And then you have one elective subject, right? And this elective can be either computer science, or it can be physical education, or statistics, etc. Okay, so if you observe carefully, these names of 5 objects, that is English, maths, physics, chemistry or elective, is a collection. Together it's a collection, right? And this is a collection of what? 5 subjects. And if you notice, each of this subject, okay, each of this subject has a common nature. That is, each of them, be it English or maths or physics or chemistry or the elective, each of them what? It's a subject of class 11, right? This is the common nature. Each of them is a subject of class 11. Here the common nature was what? Each of them is an alphabet that forms the vowels. Okay, each of them is a vowel, or you can just simply say that. Okay, so this set is well defined as the set of subjects in class 11. So this collection is basically a set. So what will be the statement? The set of subjects in class 11 science, let's say. Okay, so whenever we say the set of subjects in class 11, this will be our exact answer, and there will be no contradiction here. Whenever we say the set of vowels, it will be always A, E, I, O and U. So you'll have no contradiction here. But here, 5 best places to travel in India, it can vary from person to person. So this collection cannot be a set. Here, whenever we say the set of members in your family, or the collection of members in your family, it will be a set. Why? Because it will be always your dad, your mom, your brother and you, if these are the members in your family. This is always fixed. This is always fixed. This is always fixed. This can vary. So this is not a set and these are set. Now keep these two examples in mind. Okay. Alright, now coming back to the topic of representation of sets. Okay, we are trying to learn how to represent a set. So we'll try to represent example number 1 and example number 2 both in both the forms. Okay. Now, so here in the first way, okay, let's talk about the roster form first. Let's talk about the roster form, or this is also called as the tabular form. So here in this way of representing a set, we write the name of the set in capital letters. Okay, name of the set will be in what? Capital letters. The elements, okay, all the elements will be in small letters. Okay, and finally enclose all the elements within the curly brackets. Like, I mean to say that write all the elements and put them inside curly brackets, and also separate each element by comma. Each element by a comma. Okay, so what was example number 1? Example number 1 that we have just seen a while ago is what? It is the set of vowels in English alphabet, right? So what are the vowels? A, E, I, O and U. These were the vowels. So since this is a set, so let's say that the name of the set is V, since it is the vowels. Okay, so how will we write the set in the roster form or in the tabular form? V is equal to, put an open bracket, okay, open curly bracket, sorry, and then write the first vowel or the first element, that is A, put a comma, E, put a comma, I, put a comma, O, put a comma, and then U, and then close the bracket. So this is how we write this set, the set of vowels in English alphabet, in the roster form. Okay, the name of the set should be in capital letter, all the elements should be enclosed within the curly brackets, and the elements, each of them should be separated by a comma, and it should be in small letters. Okay, now if we talk about example number 2, example number 2 was what? The set of subjects in class 11 science, right? So what were the subjects? They were English, or these are the elements, right? English, maths, physics, chemistry, okay, and elective, right? So let's say the name of this collection or the name of this set, okay, is S, because these are the subjects in class 11. So S is equal to, open the curly bracket, write the first element, that is English, put a comma. See, here I have used a capital letter, but this is fine. Whenever you have single letters, make sure to use it in lowercase only. Okay, since it says that elements should be written down in the lowercase. So the next element is maths, then you have physics, then you have chemistry, right, and then you have the elective subject. Okay, so this is how we represent a set in the roster form or in the tabular form. Okay, write all the elements within the curly brackets, okay, and separate each of the element by commas. All right, so I hope all of you have understood how to write a set or how to represent a set in the roster form or in the tabular form. Okay, always remember, it's very simple. If you know a set and the elements of that set, then simply write the name of the set in capital letters, put an equal sign like this, okay, name of the set in capital letters and put a equal sign, and then write the elements inside curly brackets. Okay, write them inside, all the elements, write them inside curly brackets and separate each element by a comma. Okay, now we need to note down some important points in this roster form or in this tabular form. Okay, so there are some important points that we need to note down. Alright, the first important point is the elements of a set cannot be repeated. The elements of a set, okay, cannot be repeated. So what does this mean? Okay, you know the set of vowels, right? V was what? A, E, I, O and U. So if you write, okay, this, in this example, if you see, is there any repetition? Like, is A repeated twice? No. E? No. So this is good to go. here we have not repeated any element, but if I ask you to write the set of the letters in the word grammar, let's say in the word grammar, this is the spelling of grammar, right? So if we are supposed to write the set of the letters in the word grammar, then let's say the name of this set is X, then what will we write? Observe carefully, okay? Here, if you see, in this word grammar, there are what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 letters, right? So let's try to write the set in the roster form. So it will be what? X is equal to G, the first element, then R, then A, then M, then M, then A, then R. But this is not right, okay? This is wrong. Why? Because if you see here, the alphabet A, it has been repeated twice, the alphabet M has been used twice, and R has been used twice. So the correct way of writing the set in the roster form is what? X is equal to G, okay, G, then use the R, there are 2 R's, so just take 1 R, then A, there are 2 A's, so just take 1 A, and there are 2 M's, so just take 1 M. So this is the correct way to represent a set in which we have not repeated any element. This was wrong because we have done repetition of elements, okay? So I hope this is clear to all of you. So the second important point, the first point is that the elements of a set cannot be repeated, okay? So keep this in mind. Now the second important point is that the elements of a set can be written in any order. The elements of a set can be written in any order, okay? So if I take this example, X is equal to G, R, A, M, this was the set of the letters in the word grammar, okay? So here you can write X is equal to R, A, M, G. This is also correct. Or if you look at the set of vowels that we have done, V can be written as E, I, U, O, A. This is also right. If you write A, E, I, O, U, or just jumble up the words, this is fine. Okay, so it means that elements of a set, these were the elements, it can be written in any order or it can be jumbled up, but just keep in mind that you include all the elements of the set and rest you can write it whatever way you want it. Okay, now the third important point that you need to note down is these two symbols, okay, this and a cut, this one. So both the symbols are called as epsilon, but the name is not important for us, the meaning is important for us. This means belongs to, and this means does not belong to, okay, does not belong to. Alright, so how to use this? Now if you focus on the set of vowels, V is equal to A, E, I, O, U, you can say that this A is an element of the set V, right? A lies inside the set V, the name of the set is V. So what I'll say, A will belong to V. This element A belongs to V. E, it belongs to V. I, it belongs to V. But if you talk about F, is F there in this set? No. So F does not belong to V. G, it does not belong to V. Or Z, it does not belong to V. Okay, so this is how these two symbols are used. So keep these 3 points in mind. Okay, this is very important for all of you to keep in mind. Now, if these 3 points are clear, then we are done with the roster form. So keep this in mind, how to represent a set in the roster form and the 3 important points while writing a set in the roster form. Okay, now let's go back to the second way of representing a set. So if you look here, the first one is done. The second way of representing a set is known as a set builder form. Okay, so let's talk about the second way of representing a set. So here, the second way of representing a set is known as the set builder form. Okay, set builder form. In this form of representing set, what we do is that we assume each element in a collection to be X, okay, to be X or Y or Z for some time, and then put a colon. Okay, this is a colon, which means this colon means such that, okay, like this epsilon meant what? Belongs to. Okay, so this colon will mean such that, and then we write the common nature or the basic definition of that set. So let's try to represent example number 1 in the set builder form. So what was example number 1? V was what? A, E, I, O and U. Okay, so this is what the roster form. This was a roster form. Now the set builder form, the name of the set is V, okay, and V is equal to, put a curly bracket, open curly bracket, okay, and then let's assume each of this element A or E or I or U to be X for some time. So what I'll say, X such that, this is a colon, okay, and colon means such that, X such that, then you need to write the common nature of all the elements. So what is the common nature of A? It is a vowel in the English alphabet, right? E is a vowel in the English alphabet. I is a vowel. O is a vowel. U is a vowel. So the common nature is that if each of this is assumed to be X for some time, so what is X? X is a X such that, okay? So X is a vowel in the English alphabet. Okay, so finally close the bracket. So this is how we write the set in the set builder form. Okay, now let's talk about the second example that we have taken. It was the set of what? Subjects in class 11 science, right? And the subjects were what? English, maths, physics, chemistry, and what? The elective subject, right? So this was the subject. Now to write it in the set builder form, S is equal to, let each of the element, let's say Y now, okay? So Y can be what? English, or Y can be maths, Y can be physics, or Y can be chemistry, or Y can be elective. So Y such that, now what is the common nature of Y? Like what is the common nature of each of the element? Y is a subject in class 11 science, let's say, okay, close the bracket. So this is how we represent a set in the set builder form. You suppose each element to be X for some time and define the common nature of that, of each of the element, okay, of each of the element. Here each of the element had a common nature that it was a subject of class 11. Each of the element had a common nature that each of them is a vowel in the English alphabet. So you write the statement, okay. So this is how we represent the set in the set builder form. So I hope that all of you have got to understand this. So now let us go ahead and try to do some examples so that it is much more clear to all of us, and these are some examples from your textbook. Okay, so the first example here is that it says write the solution set of the equation in roster form. We need to write the solution set, okay, solution set of this equation. This is a quadratic equation, right? This is a quadratic equation because there is one variable x and the highest power is 2, that is x squared. Okay, so this is a quadratic equation and we need to write the solution of this equation in the roster form. Okay, let's say we'll first solve this, right? So x squared plus x minus 2, and I hope that all of you know how to solve quadratic equation. So let me just solve it for you. X squared plus, I'll break the middle term, so 2x minus 2 is equal to 0. This term has been broken down into two parts. So now from these two terms, if you take x common, so here remains x, this plus sign comes, then here remains 2. Okay, and if you take a minus common from this 2, then minus, this becomes plus x and this becomes plus 2, then close the bracket. And now here x plus 2 and x plus 2 is common, so I'll take x plus 2 common, then here remains x and here remains minus 1 because there will be a 1 into this. Okay, so equal to 0. So either this is 0 or this is 0. So if this is 0, then x is equal to minus 2, and if this is 0, then x is equal to 1, right? So the solution of this equation is what? X is equal to minus 2 and 1. So to write it in the roster form, how will we write it? Let's say, since this is a quadratic equation, so let's say the name of the set is Q. So Q is equal to, in the roster form, put an open curly brace and then write minus 2 and then write 1, then close the brace. So this is your answer. Okay, let's come to example number 2. Write the set x such that x is a positive integer and x square is less than 40 in roster form. So this is the set builder form. Okay, so there is an element x. Okay, so it says that there is a set x in which each of the element is x. Each of the element has been supposed to be x. And what is the nature of each of the element, or what is the common nature? That it is a positive integer. Okay, so I hope that all of you know about the integers. Integers are what? if you recall the number line, at the center it lies 0. On the right hand side you have all the positive numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, and on the left hand side of 0 you have all the negative numbers -1, -2, -3 and so on. So this is what? Integers. It says x is a positive integer. Okay, it starts from 1, 2, 3 like that, and x square is less than 40. So to write the set in the roster form, let's say the name of the set is A. Okay, let's say it to be A. So A is equal to, it is a positive number, so it starts from 1. So if I take the first element to be 1, it's a positive integer? Yes. And is x square less than 40? Just check it. 1 square is what? 1, and 1 is less than 40. Okay, so 1 is good to go. Now let's take the second integer, 2. 2 is a positive integer, so this is fulfilled. X square, 2 square is what? 4. 4 is less than 40, so 2. Similarly, if you take 3, the next number, so 3 square is 9, and 9 is less than 40. Okay, then you take 4. 4 is what? A positive integer, and 4 square is what? 16, which is less than 40, so 4 is good to go. Then you take 5. So 5 square is what? 5 is a positive integer, and 5 square is 25, and 25 is less than 40, right? So 5 is good to go. If you take 6, 6 square is what? 36, and 36 is less than 40. But if you take 7, okay, 7 is a positive integer, that will lie somewhere here, but if you do 7 square, then it's 49. But this condition is not fulfilled. This is fulfilled, but this is not fulfilled. So this is your answer. Okay, x is a positive integer. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all of them are positive integers. And if you square each of the element, then it's less than 40. Yes, all of them is, when you square it, it's less than 40. So this is your answer in the roster form. So keep in mind to read the statement that has been mentioned. What is the nature of each of the element? Here there were two natures. This was the first nature, that it should be a positive integer. Check here, all of them are positive, right? And the second nature is that the square of that number should be less than 40. So yes, all of them are less than 40 when you square it. Okay, now let's come to example number 3 here. Write the set A 1, 4, 9, 16, 25 and so on in the set builder form. Okay, we need to write it in the set builder form. Means we need to find the common nature of each of the element. So if you look at the set A, it's what? 1, 4, 9, 16, 25 and so on. Observe carefully. This is what? I can write it as 1 square. This is as 2 square. This is 3 square. This is what? 4 square. This is 5 square. It means that it is the square of what? Natural numbers, right? So what can I write in the set builder form? Let each element to be x for some time. Okay, each of them to be x. And what is the common nature of all of them? X is the square of natural numbers. Simple, because natural numbers are what? The numbers that starts from 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. And what are whole numbers? When it starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, right? So square of natural numbers, 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square and so on. So this is your answer. Okay, write the common nature of all the elements. Now let's talk about example number 4. Write the set. This is the set, and this is in what? Each of the element has been given. So this is in roster form, and I need to write it in set builder form. So look at the elements and try to find the common nature. So the elements are what? 1 by 2, 2 by 3, 3 by 4, 4 by 5, 5 by 6 and 6 by 7, right? So the first element, if you see, it starts, the numerator is 1 and the denominator is 2. So I can write what? N upon n plus 1. So if I assume this, then n is equal, if n is equal to 1, then I get what? This 1 divided by 1 plus 1, that is 1 by 2. If n is equal to 2, then I get what? 2 divided by 2 plus 1, that is 2 by 3. Similarly, if n is equal to 3, then I get what? 3 divided by 3 plus 1. You need to think and obtain this kind of expression. Okay, so it's easy for me to do, but it may be tough for you guys to do it. But when you go on practicing, it will be easy. Okay, so if you see here, what can I write? Let each element be x for some time. So this set, let's say the name of this set is B. B is equal to x such that x is equal to what? N upon n plus 1. Okay, this is a common expression where n, this n, it lies between what? 1 and 6. Because when n is equal to 6, then this expression it becomes what? 6 by 6 plus 1 is equal to 6 by 7, which is the last term. So n starts from 1, so I've written less than equal to, so 1 is included, and n ends in 6. So this is how you write a set in the set builder form. I've tried to find the common nature. Okay. Now the next example that we have here is match each of the following set on the left described in the roster form. This is all the roster form with the same set on the right described in the set builder form. Okay, so here it says PRINCAL. Okay, it seems that x such that x is a letter of the word principal. Okay, because when you see principal, PRINCIPAL, if you see P has been repeated twice, so they have included P just once. R is just used once, okay, and then I is repeated twice, so they have just used it once. N is once only, C is once only, then A is one time, and L is also one time. So this is the set of what? The letters of the word principal, or what can you say? If you assume each element to be x for some time, then each of them, either P or R or I or N, each of them x such that x is a what? Letter of the word principal. Okay, so this will come to 1 will come to D. Now 0, there is just one element in this set, 0, so try to check it here. Okay, x is an integer and x plus 1 is equal to 1. So x is an integer. Okay, let's try to solve this equation. X plus 1 is equal to 1. So if you take this plus 1 on the right hand side, then x is equal to 1. This is already there, and this plus 1 will become minus 1. So x is equal to 0, and this 0 is an integer. So x is an integer and x plus 1 is equal to 1. So this set is same as what? This one. Okay, so this is your answer. Now 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 18. So here this will be the combination, because if you look carefully, x such that, let each element be x for some time. Okay, x such that x is a positive integer. Yes, all of them are what? Positive integers. And is a divisor of 18, means all of this or each of this number will divide what? 18. 1 will divide 18. Yes. 2 will divide 18 9 times. 3 will divide 18 6 times. 6 will divide 18 3 times. 9 will divide 18 2 times, and 18 will divide 18 just one time. So each of them is a what? Divisor, and each of them is a positive integer. So this is your combination. Okay, and the last one is 3 and minus 3. So obviously this will be the answer. Let's check it. Okay, x such that, let each of the element be x for some time. Okay, x such that, and what is the nature of each element? X is an integer. Yes, 3 and minus 3, both of them are integers, because integers can be positive as well as negative, right? I have shown you here. Integers is this line. Okay, so it can be positive also, it can be negative also. So if you see here, x is an integer and x square minus 9 is equal to 0. So if you solve the second condition, this was the first condition, it is good. The second condition, x square minus 9 is equal to 0, then x square is equal to, if you take this minus 9 on the other side, then it becomes plus 9. Now x square, so if you remove the square, here comes plus minus root under 9, and 9 is what? Plus minus root under 3 square. So plus minus 3 square, and when you remove this root, okay, it gives a power of 1 by 2. This 2 and 2 gets cancelled, so it's plus minus 3. So x can be either plus 3 or x can be either minus 3. Yes, these are the two elements, so this will match this. So this is it for today. This was the first lecture, and I hope that all of you have understood the lecture completely, and hope to see you in the next video. Okay, thank you.